Now to a story that's very personal to me. 5 years ago, I shared with our viewers that my mom, Lucy, had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. Many of you started following our journey as my family and I cared for her. You were right there with us through the highs and the lows, and I really appreciate your words of kindness and support when my mom, Lucy, passed away last November. It's so hard to believe that it's been almost a year without her, but I do take comfort in knowing that my mom's memory lives on through a new resource at Alzheimer San Diego that is offering up to the public for free. It's a project that my own daughter, Kyla, created as a tribute to her grandma to help others living with the disease and the people who care for them.
This is my grandma, Lucy. She lives with me and my family. Grandma, can you say hi to everyone?
Hi, everybody.
As my mom's Alzheimer's disease progressed,
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
talking with her became more difficult.
It was harder to make conversation because she would repeat herself a lot.
But when she talked about her past, like she did at Mount Rushmore,
I never dreamed about it that I was going to see this, what I learned elementary school and junior high school.
her memory seemed so clear. And that is what led to my daughter Kyla's vision of creating these heart-to-heart conversation starter cards for her Girl Scout Gold Award project.
What inspired me was that my grandma really loved to talk about her past. If I asked about her childhood or she was reminded of something about her childhood, she would light up instantly.
Kyla crafted the questions and designed the artwork with love, donating 1,000 decks to Alzheimer San Diego to benefit the people they serve.
I wanted to work with Alzheimer's San Diego because my grandma used to go to Alzheimer's San Diego and visit during their social activities, and her Alzheimer's companion, Miss Claudia, was one of her best friends, and she was always like keeping her company. She would go on walks with her.
Let's get the flower in there.
Okay.
Help her garden, and that was very special for my grandma. So I wanted a way to give back to this amazing organization and kind of honor my grandma and her spirit in that way, because she just loved going so much, and she really loved her Alzheimer's companion too.
Do you have a favorite TV show?
There are 52 cards with prompts to take a person down memory lane.
What are some things you're most grateful for?
Cesar Pacheco volunteers as an Al's companion and says that cards have helped him bond more deeply with the 87-year-old man he visits each week.
There have been times where I have struggled to keep up a conversation, or we just go through topics really quickly, and the cards give me a way to come up with other ideas of what to ask him. Do you have a favorite movie? What kind of music do you enjoy listening to?
Cesar says that music question led his client to share memories about living abroad as a young man.
I could see a bright light open in his eyes, and he was so touched to go back into those memories of him. He did some work in Latin American countries, and he was just thrilled to talk about it.
Kyla originally thought the cards would be useful to grandkids like herself, but Alzheimer San Diego president and CEO Eugenia Welch says care partners of all ages are enjoying this simple yet significant resource.
We found that it's worked with every population. Last week I was talking to someone who's using it with her spouse, because the normal conversation is, how are you today? What's going on? It just sparks that conversation and makes the interaction more meaningful.
The nonprofit debuted the cards at an open house just last month.
Is there a story behind your name? That's a great question.
These have just hit the right spot at the right time, and people really like them, but it's just easy to pick them up and start using them. There's no homework or guide or anything you have to do to make it work. And that's what people need. They need things to be easy.
Kyla, who's now a freshman at UC Berkeley, is overwhelmed by the positive feedback.
That makes me feel really happy because I know my grandma really loved talking to people. She was very social.
My mom did love to chat, and so it's fitting that this tribute project is sparking conversation.
I'm very grateful that these cards are doing a lot for the Alzheimer's community and that people feel supported, because even though Alzheimer's is a difficult disease and a lot of families might struggle with this journey, there are still happy memories that come from bonding and having conversations with their loved one. And I think that that is something that my grandma really would have loved to hear.
What a great resource. And before people think that Marcella was looking for a way to brag about her daughter, this was my idea, because I'm a board chair with Alzheimer's San Diego, and I talked to people there about the impact that these were making already, and they were just a huge hit. And it's just such a beautiful expression of love that she did this and put so much work into this.
it was uneasy for me to share a story about my daughter, because this is something that just developed out of her relationship with my mom and wanting to get deeper into the conversation, because it gets mundane, it gets routine. Caregivers are tired. You can get frustrated. And so this is just opening up a whole new platform for people to talk.
Yeah,
you know,
literally pick a card, any card.
School like when you were growing up. And something that's important, you never are supposed to ask someone with Alzheimer's disease, do you remember? Because that can make them feel terrible. So none of these cards, so these cards were worded with a lot of input from people with Alzheimer's disease, their care partners, and it's phenomenal that people are using them.
You should be very proud of her.
Getting deeper conversations.
I think they're awesome.
So sweet. And yes, my mom, Lucy, was very chatty. So am I. So it's very appropriate that they're sparking conversations. All right, you know, they're going to be handing out these cards for free this Saturday at Alzheimer's San Diego Walk. It's the Walk for Alz. It's this Saturday, October 19th at Balboa Park. Festival opens at 6:30. Walk starts at 8 a.m. I know Carlo.
Free to register. I'll be there.
You will be there, and they'll be passing out these cards for free as well.